Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. जोर से बोलिए. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Jaya Radha, Rasi Hari Radha, Rasi Hari Radha. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Jaya Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana, Yamunatira Vanachari, Yamunatira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, भगवान गान करूंगा, अब सब लोग जय बोलिए। हाँ, जय स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की, नमाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्णा गोप गोपीनाथ मायापुर नवदीप धाम की, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगमय की, यमुनमय की, तुलसी महारानी की, श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन प्रोग्राम की, श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी ललिता विशाखा की, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण की, श्री श्री गौर निताई की। मैं अभी कुछ बोलूंगा, हरे कृष्णा बोलिए। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल डिवोटीज, बोलिए। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल डिवोटीज। हरे कृष्णा। मैं भगवान का नाम लूंगा, मेरे पीछे आप लोग लीजिए। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Tell them not to speak. I think all of you know this verse, famous verse from Bhagavad Gita. Please chant after me. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. Anybody can repeat? याद है किसी को? हाँ, याद है? बोलिए। यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य भारत ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्। आपको आता लगता है? बोलिए, जोर से बोलिए। ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्। एनीबॉडी? बोलिए बोलिए बोलिए। यदा 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 हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य Datmanam Sruja. Tali bajai. Very nice. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, a predominant rise of religion, according to the previous form or body, since all of the forms are eternally existent. Therefore, Srujami means that the Lord manifests himself as he is. Although the Lord appears on schedule, namely at the end of Dwapar Yuga of the 28th millennium of the 7th Manu, in one day of Brahma, he has no obligation to adhere to such rules and regulations because he is completely free to act in many ways at his will. He therefore appears by his own will whenever there is a predominance of irreligiosity and disappearance of true religion. Principles of religion are laid down in the Vedas, and any discrepancy in the matter of properly executing the rules of the Vedas makes one irreligious. In the Bhagavatam, it is stated that such principles are the laws of the Lord. Only the Lord can manufacture a system of religion. The Vedas are also accepted as originally spoken by the Lord Himself to Brahma from within the heart. Therefore, the principles of dharma or religion are the direct orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of the Vedas is to establish such principles under the order of the Supreme Lord, and the Lord directly orders at the end of the Gita that the highest principle of religion is to surrender unto Him only, and nothing more. The Vedic principles push one to surrender unto Him, and whenever such principles are disturbed by the demoniac, the Lord appears. From the Bhagavatam, we understand that Lord Buddha is the incarnation of Krishna, who appeared when materialism was rampant and materialists were using the pretext of the authority of the Vedas. Although there are certain restrictive rules and regulations regarding animal sacrifice for particular purposes in the Vedas, people of the demonic tendency still look to animal sacrifice without reference to Vedic principles. Lord Buddha appeared in order to stop this nonsense and to establish the way of violence. Therefore, each and every avatar or incarnation of the Lord has a particular mission, and they are all described in the revealed scriptures. No one should be accepted as an avatara unless he is referred to by the scriptures. It is not a fact that the Lord appears only on Indian soil. He can manifest himself anywhere and everywhere, and whenever he desires to appear, in each consciousness and obedience to the principles of religion. Sometimes he descends personally, and sometimes he sends his bona fide representative in the form of his son or servant or himself in some disguised form. The principles of Bhagavad Gita were spoken to Arjuna and, for that matter, to other highly elevated persons because he was highly advanced compared to ordinary persons in other parts of the world. 2 plus 2 equals 4 is a mathematical principle that is true in the beginner's arithmetic and also in the advanced class as well. Still, there are higher and lower mathematics in all incarnations of the Lord. Therefore, the same principles are taught, but they appear to be higher and lower in varied circumstances. The higher principles of religion begin with the acceptance of the 4 orders and the 4 status of social life, as will be explained later. The whole purpose of the mission of incarnations is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non-manifest only under different circumstances. Om Ajnanatimirindasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaurabhaktavrinda. Please raise your hands. बोलिए हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Thank you very much. Do you know why we raise our hands? You know, when you come to ISKCON temple, huh? Why do we raise our hands? No? Huh? Why do we raise our hands, you know? Many people they ask. Suppose if somebody shows you revolver, right? What you will say? What you will do? Huh? Surrender. Yeah, surrender. So when we come to the temple, when we stand in front of the Lord, when we chant Hare Krishna, we raise our hands, telling Him that we are surrendering to you. That is the principle. So in this world, all of us we have to surrender to somebody or the other. Is it not? Everywhere. Now in India, we have to surrender to the government. We have to surrender to the police, right? Then the children have to surrender to the parents, right? Wife has to surrender to the husband. Husband has to surrender to the wife. So like that, everywhere, this principle of surrender is common. Is it not? But there is a lot of benefit if you surrender to God. Right? Surrender to God. If I ask you, how many, if anybody I will ask you, how many of you would like to become old? Become old? But you want to become, we will become old, but anybody wants to be, will take some, give me some medicine. How many of you want to become deceased? Want to die? Is it not? But we all become old, right? We all become deceased, everybody, right? Then we all going to die one day, right? And then according to Bhagavad Gita, we have to take birth. Boliye? Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Everybody, including President of America, dog on the street, everybody has to go through this cycle of birth, death, old age and disease. Right? Nobody can, please tell him, na, some etiquette, decorum should be there. See, we should understand this. So, all of us, do you like to escape from this cycle of birth and death? Do you like to escape? Anybody wants to escape? Yeah, you would like to, avoid. You want to avoid birth. Huh? You want to lead an eternal life where there is only happiness. Huh? You want suffering? Suffering when you remember God. No. Do you want suffering? No. Then, do you want happiness? Yes. Eternal happiness? Yes. Huh? Yes. Do you want eternal happiness? Yes. Sure? So, today I am going to teach you how to become eternally happy. Right? So, first, puja, right? Puja Ved, right? Suppose you are traveling in a bus, right? Are you moving? Are you moving? Huh? Huh? So the bus is moving, right? Huh? The bus is moving. But you say, after some time, oh, my, feet became stiff. Right? So actually, even though you say that I am going from Mumbai to, Pune or whatever, right? You sit in the bus, right? The movement actually belongs to the bus. You are actually sitting very passively, right? Passively. In the same way, in medieval ages, when the Copernicus and all, they were inventing all this grahas and all, telescope and all. So the scientific temperament has entered. And they ask this question, Christians and Muslims and all, that why you should worship God? Right? Why you should worship God? Like for you, all of you rich people, everything is coming, right? You are born with all the fingers in the mouth, right? You don't have any problem of hunger and so much, thirst and all that. Everything is provided for you, right? So why we should worship God, right? They ask this question. So these Christians and Muslims and all, they could not answer properly why we should worship God, right? So in Bhagavad Gita, the answer is given that, see, we are actually journeying through our life and we want happiness in our life. But are you really enjoying? Means, because in our body, just like there is a difference between car and a car driver, in the same way, there is a difference between the body and the soul. Right? You all agree? Right? The driver, suppose you are driving a car. If the car breaks down, right? The driver, the car cannot move without the driver, but the driver cannot say, I cannot move without the car. Right? The movement of the car depends on the driver, but the driver can independently move without the car. Are you with me? You are understanding this example? In the same way, suppose an old man is dead and the son is dying. He has gone, he has gone. Who has gone? Boliye? Understand? Example? Old man is dead. The son is crying. He has gone, he has gone. Who has gone? Huh? Huh? Who has gone? Boliye? Huh? See, who has gone? Because the body is lying there still. After few days only the body becomes decomposed. But all this while we are thinking that body is his father. But at the time of death he is realizing that that body is not his father. Someone else is father. That is why he is saying he has gone, he has gone. Right? So at the time of death, the soul leaves the body. So in Bhagavad Gita, it is said that actually, because of the presence of the soul, the body is alive and the body is enjoying. So the soul should enjoy. The soul should enjoy. But in this present circumstances, the soul is not enjoying. Whatever happiness and distress is experienced by mind. It is experienced by mind. But I am not this mind. I am not this body. I am the soul. So, how to give happiness to myself? You should ask this question. What? How to give happiness to myself, not to the body. Now, what everybody is doing is, body is kept comfortably. Body is applied very nice scent. Body is fed very nice foodstuffs. Is it not? So what about the soul? What about yourself? Right? And the soul is residing in this body. And this body is temporary. Whatever I said, birth, death, old age and disease. This belongs to the body. Then why I am experiencing pain? Because I am identifying myself with the body. Right? So Bhakti Yoga means we have to understand how to separate body from the soul. Soul from the body. In the soul, because for them, according to science, seeing is believing. Unless I see, I don't believe. Right? One professor was arguing. So he was asking, can you show me God? Can you show me God, professor? He's some Krishna devotee sitting in the class. And no, I can't. Then because seeing is believing, I cannot see God. So the God, doesn't exist. Then the student asked, Professor, can I ask you some question? He said, yeah. He asked, do you have a brain? He said, yeah. Can you show me? He said, now I can't show you. Then he said, this professor has no brain. Then everybody. So actually, seeing is not believing. Actually, so many, just like Hava is there. We cannot see the Hava, right? How many of you got mind? Everybody got mind, right? That is why we keep on saying, show mind. Huh? Right? What it means that mind is disturbed. Right? Like that. According to modern science, they say that then what is life? Because they don't believe in the existence of the soul. So then what is life? They say life is just a mixture of chemicals. Right? Life is just a mixture of chemicals. There is a Dr. Miller. He got Nobel Prize because they wanted to create life in the laboratory. So life is already being created in the womb of a mother. But they want to create life in the laboratory. Just like when a dog on the street barks, nobody gives money. But when Johnny Lever comes to on the stage and barks like a dog, they will give him money. Right? Already God is creating life in the mother's womb. That, nobody is giving Nobel Prize. But, this Dr. Miller, he said, in our body, whatever chemicals are there, right? Do you know what all chemicals are there in our body? What's your name, sir? Deepak ji, boliye. Aapka? Huh? No. Chemicals. Tell na, some chemicals. Do you know, you study science? Huh? Tell, what are the chemicals that are present in our body? Huh? Huh? हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड. और बोलिए ना, अब टेस्टिंग कराते हैं बोन्स में क्या. हाँ, बोन्स में क्या रहता है? दूध पीना पड़ता है ना उसके लिए. और कैल्शियम और मैग्नीशियम, सोडियम, आयरन, एमोनिया, sulfur, hydrogen, oxygen. Right? All these chemicals. So he tried to mix chemicals. Then he claimed that I produced life in the laboratory. Then he got a Nobel Prize. So one of our devotees, Dr. T.D. Singh, Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami, he was doing PhD in Irvine University in Los Angeles. That time he was giving a seminar. Then he raised a question that I suppose if man is dead, now you know that what are chemicals are present in the body. So can you supply the missing chemical and make him alive? No, that is a philosophical. Then how you got Nobel Prize? Huh? Right? If it is true that life is just a mixture of chemicals, Gandhi ji mar gaya, inject chemical and then bring him back. Einstein mar gaya, inject, right? But is it possible? Mataji, what is the cost of chemicals that are present in our body? Do you know? What is your name, Mataji? Samta. Do you know? What is the cost of the chemicals that are present in our body? Huh? Calcium, nitrogen, oxygen, ammonia, 210 rupees. Kitna? 210 rupees. What is your name? Anvita. Suppose, do you know what is the cost of Mercedes-Benz car? Arey, kya itna ajnani? 50 lakhs, right? 50 lakhs? 1 crore, right? Depends. E-class, whatever, 1 crore. Suppose your friend is driving a Mercedes-Benz car. It meets with an accident. You will save the Mercedes-Benz car first or your friend? You're a bad businesswoman. Her body is costing only 210 rupees and the car is costing 1 crore. You should save the car first, right? Huh? Right? No, but actually you save the body because the body is more valuable than the car because the soul is present in the body. Is it not? There is a uranium. There is a one chemical, which is used for making atom bomb. Suppose a rich person, purchases some 100 crore worth, uranium in a bag. He throws in the ocean. Then you are supposed to see, and then you ask him, sir, such an expensive chemical, why did you throw? Then he says, it is my bag of chemical, I will do whatever I want. He can't say anything. Next day, he will take his 5-year-old son and then throws him in the ocean. Then you ask him, why are you throwing him in the ocean? He says, according to modern science, he is just a bag of chemicals. I will do whatever I want. Will you keep quiet? No, right? No, right? Because the body is valuable, because the soul is present. So, please reply. The body is valuable or the soul is valuable? Soul, right? Suppose a beautiful woman is there, these film actors and all. There are many fans, right? Suppose if she is dead, would anybody would like to bring that body and keep? No, right? But she is beautiful, na? So the body is beautiful as long as soul is present. So the soul is beautiful or the body is beautiful? Huh? Boliye? The soul is valuable or the body is valuable? How many of you are studying about the soul? Anytime in your house you discuss about the soul? Arnab Goswami, does he discuss about the soul? Huh? Kya karta rehta na? Right? Does he? Yeah. Does anybody discuss in the parliament about the soul in the schools and colleges? This is not religion. Whatever I am speaking, this is not religion, right? So they say, if I want to speak about the soul, they say it is religion, secular, and all that. Should we learn about the soul or not? Sir, what is your name? Setu? Setuji? Should we learn about the soul or not? Should we learn about the soul or not? Huh? But why didn't you learn? Right? What do you think? What do you think? What is your name? Ayashita? Should we learn about the soul or not? You must, otherwise you are the person who is going to be happy, but you didn't know anything about yourself, and then you are washing your body with the most expensive Lux sabun and all that, put very nice scent, going around, Mercedes and Gadi, but you are not doing anything for your cage, but you are not feeding the bird, the bird will die. But in the same way, we are taking care of the body, but what about taking care of the soul? Don't say soul, myself. Right? What about taking care of about myself? Nobody teaches us. Right? So you want to know about the soul, please read Bhagavad Gita 2.11 up to 2.30. Right? 29 verses. 20 verses, 19 verses. Right? 11 to 30. The Krishna, the science that Krishna taught from this 20 verses, nowhere you will find it. So if you go to libraries, so hundreds and millions of books are there. Nowhere you will find this science of soul. Right? Science of soul. Krishna did not, in the beginning, Krishna did not want everybody to get moksha. Right? The first thing you want in this life is Shanti. We all agree? Huh? You want peace, right? Shanti chahiye, shanti chahiye. Right? In ISKCON we have Prabhupada quarters. There is a visitors book register. They say remarks. Whenever we come to the temple, we feel very peaceful. Right? Where is the peace in the temple? इतना बड़ा मृदंगा बजता है, कीर्तन होता है, but everybody feels peaceful, right? Because they don't have peace anywhere else. At home there is no peace. At office there is no peace. All the time you are struggling, right? ये ऑर्डर है, वो ऑर्डर है, ये चेक मिलना है, इतना बैंक बैलेंस, यू आर ऑल वरीड, इनकम टैक्स वाले आ जाएंगे, इतना टेंशन में रहते हैं आजकल. Then all these marketing people and all, they say we have to reach the target, like that, right? There is no peace. So second chapter Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching how to become peaceful, right? Krishna is not directly telling you, okay, you become sannyasi, leave everything and then join, go to the forest. No, Krishna is not saying that, right? You want to live in this world, I am going to teach you, how to become peaceful. Right? Nasti buddhirayuktasya, nacha yuktasya bhavana, nacha bhavyata shantir, ashantasya kutasukam. Right? Krishna is asking, if there is no peace, how you can be happy? Ashantasya kutasukam. Krishna is asking this question. If you are not peaceful, how you can be happy? Right? So, then later on Krishna develops these ideas, how to become peaceful. Right? Then how you are not this body, then how you are the soul, how the soul can be peaceful, how the mind can be peaceful, because mind is the one he is agitated all the time, right? Mind is always disturbed. Mind is, suppose even if you are sleeping, mind is dreaming, and then you got some bad dreams, then you are disturbed, right? Mind is always active. So that is why Krishna taught how to make the mind peaceful, then how to keep the body fit, healthy, then how to purify the soul, then finally how to achieve eternal happiness. So these are the subject matters. There is no religion in Bhagavad Gita. Anybody can read. If anybody wants to be happy, they can read Bhagavad Gita and accept the principles. So how many now, take out time, and learn Bhagavad Gita. Learn Bhagavad Gita. Previously, children right from the childhood, they are taught Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, nowadays, why people commit suicides? Right? Because they don't have any spiritual knowledge. They don't have, right? So there are, I will tell you, there are 4 coefficients. One is PQ. Boliye? PQ. PQ means physical coefficient. Right? The number 2, EQ. EQ means emotional coefficient. Number 3, IQ. Intelligence coefficient. And then SQ. Spiritual coefficient. Right? Spiritual coefficient. So Krishna taught all this. How to make this body fit and healthy. How to make this mind happy and peaceful. How to purify your intelligence. Then how to become perfect, spiritually, and then make this soul perfect so that you will not take birth again. Right? So that is why Krishna appears in this world to teach Bhagavad Gita. Right? Now everybody is busy watching serials, playing computer games. Right? Once one person went to doctor. He is very fat. Doctor said, you have to play some games. I said, yeah. He said, doctor, I play. How long? Till my battery is finished. Like that, everybody is busy, all this useless waste of time. Right? So please take out Bhagavad Gita and learn Bhagavad Gita. So much treasure is there, so much nectar is there. Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, Jneyam yattat pravakshami, yajnatva amritamashnate. Amrita means nectar, if you understand what I am going to speak, you will experience nectar. Right? Nectar. So we need nectar in our life like that. So that is why Krishna appeared. It is mentioned in Bhagavatam that first of all, in this 4th chapter only, Krishna says that बोलिए जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम, बोलिए सब लोग, जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं यो वेत्ति तत्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति माम एति सो अर्जुना. अभी बोलिए जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं यो वेत्ति तत्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति माम एति सो अर्जुना. Right? So Krishna here is saying, how we take birth? We take birth because of our previous karma. Right? 10, 20, so many babies, they take birth in India, all over the world. But if you see, each and every baby doesn't have same fortune. Somebody is born in, Dharavi, Jopurpatti. Somebody is born in a very rich, Juhu, Bangla. Why? Because of their previous karma. Right? It is called karmana daivanetrena. Right? Suppose a person in this comes and starts working in this Ved family. Right? Simply, because he is working, he won't get salary, right? So that madam should employ that person, and then she should actually engage him in the service, and then she will first give terms and conditions, right? You are the one, suppose somebody works in this house, you are the one who gives result to his work, is it not? Do you agree? In the same way, in this world, and then accordingly, he gives result. Right? That is why people are situated in a different situations in this world. Somebody is very wealthy, somebody is very poor, somebody is very happy, somebody is very always unhappy, somebody is very beautiful, somebody is ugly. Right? Somebody is very healthy, somebody is always sick. Like the different situations, they are situated. They are placed by God, not, like that. But so accordingly, we get birth. Right? We get birth. But Krishna doesn't take birth like that. Krishna is saying, my janam is divya. Divya means aprakrit. Right? Transcendental. Boliye? Did you hear the word anytime? Transcendental. Right? Transcendental. Transcendental means divya. Divya means Hindi में बोलते हैं अपराकृत. Right? Aprakrit. Right? Our birth is prakrit, but Krishna's birth is aprakrit. Right? Anybody who accepts that Krishna's birth is aprakrit, Krishna is assuring us that he will not take birth again. Many people, they think, is it so easy? Mataji, do you accept that Krishna's birth is aprakrit? Do you agree? Mataji, you agree? Do you agree? Do you accept that Krishna's birth is transcendental? Yeah? So she will not get birth again. Poojaji, do you agree? Krishna's birth is transcendental, divya. If you agree, you will not get birth. So easy actually, mukti pana. बहुत ही आसान है. Right? It's called Panchagni according to Mundaka Upanishad and all. There is a process is the souls initially as per one's good karma they go to higher planets, right? From higher planets, Indra sends rain, right? So along with the rain, the souls are fallen into the earth, right? That is the thing. And then Soma, you know, relishes, this nourishes the food grains. Because of the moon shine, the food grains are nourished, like dhanya. The soul enters into the dhanya or gehu or what, chawal, whatever, in the foodstuff. When the foodstuff is brought in home, when the rice is boiled, mostly, it enters the rice. When the rice is boiled, that is why पहले ज़माने में पहला निवाला आदमी को देना चाहिए ऐसे बोलते हैं. हाँ, आपको ऐसा होता है? अभी नहीं होता है. पहले ज़माने में होता था. अभी गरम करके खा लो, वाइफ सीरियल देखती रहती है, हस्बैंड आएगा, तो गरम करके खा लो, नहीं तो बबलू गरम करके दे देना, साहब साहब आया है. लेकिन पहले ज़माने में सब लोग मिलके खाते थे, राइट? और पहला निवाला आदमी को दिया जाता था, क्योंकि when the आत्मा is when the enters the rice and the rice is boiled, atma floats up on the top. So when the pehla nivala is given to the man and then he eats, and so through the rice the soul enters the body of the man. So through the man's body it enters the woman's body, right? That's how we take birth, right? That is our birth, right? That is our birth. But in Bhagavatam, very nicely described, that 5,000 years back, the Mother Earth felt very burdened. So she went to Brahmaji, and then Brahmaji went to Krishna. Krishna said, don't worry, I know the problem. All of you appear on this earthly planet in various places like Dwarka, Mathura, Gokul and all. I will appear, I will take birth as son of Krishna. So you go, right? So it's a story is there that Kamsa, he is the cousin brother of Devaki. When Kamsa was born, some Brahmanas have advised that this guy is a Rakshas. He will be a Hare Krishna. He will be a very great big demon and disturbance to the society. You throw him in the Yamuna, right? But Ugrasena is taking Kamsa when he is a small boy to throw him in the Yamuna. But his brother Devaka stopped him from doing that. Right? That is why he has developed great affection. He was very angry with his father, Ugrasena. Then he developed very great affection for his Chachaji. Whatever. That Chachaji's daughter is Devaki, so he had some love for Devaki. So on the day of marriage with Devaki and Vasudev, he said to the Sarthi that you get down, I will drive the chariot of Vasudeva and Devaki because my sister's marriage is there. He was having a lot of affection. As soon as he caught hold of the reins of the chariot, there is a Akashvani. Pati pragranitam kamsa, abhasha asharirvak, asyaste ashtamo garbha, hantayam vahase abuddha. Abuddha means, rascal, you rascal. Akashvani declared, you rascal. Nobody got, showed his face. Only Kamsa looked up because there is only one rascal there. So he declared that, rascal, you are driving the chariot of your sister, whose 8th embryo They didn't say whether it is son or the daughter. Eighth embryo will kill you. You fool, you are driving the chariot. And immediately, so the demons are like that. They are already attached to their sense enjoyment. For that, they will kill their father, they will kill their brothers, they will kill their sisters. Right? Tell one example in the history. Aurangzeb. Right? So this is previous Aurangzeb, Kamsa. So he immediately caught hold of hair of Devaki and took out the sword. Then he wanted to cut off the head of Devaki. Devaki's husband's name is Vasudeva. Krishna's going to be Krishna's father. He is known as Anakadundubi. When he is born, all these devatas and all, they played berries and the drums and all. Anakadundubi. Like that. So that is why, because he is going to be the father of Krishna, he was celebrated as a great man. So Prabhupada says, this body is very, very valuable. Human body is very, very rare. That is why if somebody is coming to kill, acha hai, maar do. Nahi. You must use all your intelligence and try to protect the body. You spend all your money if you are deceased. Protect the body. Jaan hai to jahan hai, right? Like that. So he tried many ways how to protect this body of Devaki. But Kamsa was not agreeing. Then Anakadundubi, Vasudev, he promised, okay, there is no threat from Devaki. Only threat from her sons. He promised that, I will hand over all the sons. Then Kamsa left. Right? I will tell you why Akashvani has to say like that, putting, Devaki's life into danger. Mataji, do you know? Anybody knows? Huh? Why Akashvani has to do that? Right? Dirty job. Inform Kamsa. Aake maar dete? Right? So there is a reason. You can remember that the demigods, they did not want Kamsa to serve, a pure devotee of Krishna, because Krishna becomes very obliged if somebody serves his devotee. Right? So they did not want, Kamsa and do any favor to Devaki, because in future Krishna becomes restrained to kill Kamsa. But all the demigods, they want that Kamsa should be killed. Then anyway, 6 sons are born. They were handed over to Kamsa. They were killed. Then 7th one is Balaram. He is transferred from womb of Devaki to Rohini's womb. That's why everybody thought there is abortion. Then 8th child, right? So I will explain. This is according to scriptures. Prabhupada says, we have to accept the of the scriptures, not that somebody's words, mind, like that. So according to Bhagavatam, it is said that boliye Bhagavan api Vishwatma. Boliye, very simple words. Boliye Bhagavan api, boliye Bhagavan api Vishwatma. Bhaktanam abhayankaraha. Sa vishesha amshabhagena manaha anakadundubi. Right? Vishwatma, what is Vishwatma? Just like this body, we are Atma of this body, Dehatma. But Krishna is Vishwatma. He is the soul of the entire universe. Right? The definition of Vishwatma is the personality of Godhead who loves everybody. And everybody will be able to love him. That is called Vishwatma. What is Vishwatma? Vishwatma means the personality of Godhead who loves everyone and then who can be loved by everyone. Vishwatma. Then Bhaktanam Abhayankaraha. He is the one who gives fearlessness to devotees. Then the real thing is coming, that Krishna, along with all his amshas, entered the mind of Vasudeva. Huh? Krishna entered the mind of Vasudeva. हो गया क्या ड्रेसिंग? Please, he did not enter the semen of Vasudeva. He entered the बोलिए, he entered the mind of Vasudeva. Vasudeva means Krishna. Vasudeva means his father. He entered the mind of Vasudeva. From the mind of heart, mind and heart are the same. From the heart of Vasudeva, he became transferred to Devaki's heart. बोलिए, यतो जगन्मंगल अच्युतांशम. बोलिए, यतो जगन्मंगल. बोलिए, यतो जगन्मंगल अच्युतांशम समाहितेन सूरसुतेन देवी ददार सदात्मकम आत्मभूत कास्त आनंद विकारम मनस्ता. Right? In the first verse also Manaha came. This verse also Manaha came. Right? From the heart of Vasudeva, Krishna is transferred to Devaki's heart. This is how Krishna appeared from the. So after 8 months only Krishna appeared. Krishna took birth. But we all take birth, all of us, we know, right? From the woman's body. Right? And then हमारा future क्या है? आते ही क्या रोते रहते, right? ऐसा कोई बच्चा है पैदा हुआ, हंसते हंसते पैदा हुआ. हाँ, आपको याद है? If the बच्चा नहीं रोएगा ना, नर्स एक तब छाटा मारती है. बच्चा नहीं रोएगा, सोचेगा मर गया, इसलिए एक छाटा मारती है, तो क्या रोने लगता है, right? But so Kamsa put them in the jail, right? So Krishna took birth in the jail, One day, one sadhu is traveling in the train. The TTE came. He said, ticket दिखाओ. Like, ticket नहीं है. किधर जा रहे? The राम जन्मभूमि. फिर TTE told, come with me. किधर? कृष्ण जन्मभूमि. Right? कृष्ण जन्मभूमि, jail. Right? He did not appear, crying. He did not come from the yoni, from the body of the Devaki. Right? He appeared. Very wonderful form. Right? I don't know whether you will be able to say this. I will tell the verse. You can say, Tam Adbhutam Balakam Ambujekshanam Chaturbhujam Shankagada the Ayudham Shrivassa Lakshmam Galashobikaustubham Pitambara Sandra Payodha Shaubhagam. Right? Maharna Vaidurya Kirita Kundalam Tvisha Parishvakta Sahasrakuntalam Uddhama Kanchana Angada Kankanadibir Virochamanam Vasudeva Aikshata. Very beautiful verse. 2 verses. Adbhutam Balakam. Adbhutam Balakam. Very wonderful child. Right? Ambujakshanam. beautiful lotus-like eyes, huge, blooming lotus petals bolte hain, blooming lotus petal eyes. Ambujakshanam. Then Chaturbhujam with the 4 hands and exhibiting Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. And then he has a mole on his chest that is called Srivatsa. Then he is wearing most expensive Kaustuba jewel, gem, money. Then he is wearing yellow cloth. Yellow pitambara. And then it is that Shaubhagam, it is shining. Then his ears, his hands, bajuband, waist, so nicely decorated with golden ornaments. Right? Vaidurya, Vaidurya? Maharha, Vaidurya, Kirita Kundalam. Very expensive diamond, Vaidurya bolte hain, diamond earrings. And Tvisha Parishvakta Sahasra Kuntalam. Right? He is having a very jet black hair. Okay? Well, I'll finish. No, 5 minutes. Wearing a having jet black hair. And his hands are decorated with bangles, golden bangles. His waist is decorated with a golden, belt. His feet are, decorated with, golden, nupur. Like this, Virochamanam Vasudeva Aikshata. Vasudev ji ne dekha hai. This is called, Mataji, this is called transcendental birth. आपको समझ में आया? So this is called, that is why we don't say birth. Krishna appeared. Prakat. Krishna did not take birth from the womb of Devaki. He appeared in the jail cell of Kamsa. Then the entire jail cell was prakashman ho gaya tha. Then Devaki and Vasudeva started shedding tears. Wow, such a beautiful boy. Right? This is how Krishna appeared. So on 7th September, so why Krishna appears? Yada yadeh dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. Right? Whenever you read Gita, now, did you see the form describing? You could visualize the form of Krishna like that, blackish color and all that. So whenever we read Bhagavad Gita, Krishna appears in our heart. Is it not? In our heart, so many demoniac thoughts are there. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Yuge yuge, another meaning of word yuge yuge, from time to time. So whenever you hear about Krishna, Krishna appears, incarnates in your heart. So what is the purpose of Krishna's appearance? To kill the demons. So to kill the bad qualities in your heart, Krishna appears in your heart whenever you read Bhagavad Gita, whenever you read Bhagavatam. So this incarnation keeps taking place not only 5,000 years back. Whenever you read Bhagavad Gita, Krishna appears in your heart. Whenever you hear Krishna Katha, Krishna appears in your heart. Then every time you hear about Krishna, Krishna reduces our bad qualities, which give us trouble. And then protects our good qualities. Then when we think about Krishna, then our mind and heart and the soul, they become peaceful. The first, thank you. How will you go? You got the car? Okay? Whenever we think about Krishna, whenever you hear about Krishna, it appears in your heart. And then our bad qualities in our heart, they become, gradually reduce. Then we will become peaceful. Right? No amount of money can purchase you peace in this world. No amount of money. Right? Suppose when somebody is traveling in a Mercedes Benz car, very uska man chaha car hai, chahe thi, very with great desire he purchased Mercedes Benz car. He's sitting. Suppose he got a phone call that there is a fire in his factory. Right? Suppose, can he be happy? Suppose somebody is very fond of India Pakistan match. The student is watching. Oh, India is winning. Then he got a phone call that he failed in the exam. Can he happily watch the match? Right? Happiness doesn't depend on material circumstances. So even if you are rich, suppose a woman is having very nice in Telugu we say edvaral means 7 weeks का हिंदी में भी है होगा ना 7 weeks का ज्वेलरी ऐसा ऐसा कुछ है आप लोग के पास means 7 weeks that is means very rich हर एक दिन के लिए नया ज्वेलरी ऐसा suppose do you think if she wears all this jewelry she will be happy? No, right? But if you keep Krishna in your heart, you can always be happy. Remember this, Krishna is personified happiness. Suppose if the sun wants to know what is darkness, he cannot know. If Lakshmi Devi wants to know what is poverty, she cannot know. Right? Like that, if Krishna wants to know what is distress, what is dukkha, he cannot know because he is personified bliss. Right? So we want to thank all of you for coming for this program. We organize all these Abhishek programs and all to bring people very near to Krishna so that we can actually, you can think about Krishna, you can spend some time, he is our real father. Krishna says, Aham bija pradapita. For all of us, he is the original father, Krishna. वो उनको भूल गया, बाकी लोगों को माता पिता समझ रहे हैं. The original father को हम भूल गए, right? So Prabhupada, Krishna says, if you want to be happy, be with me, because I am always happy. So if you are with me, you will be happy. So very simple, but people don't want to follow, right? So that is why we have a process every day. It is said in the scriptures that there is no difference between Krishna and his holy name. When we chant Krishna's holy name, we are with Krishna. Right? So you all can chant this mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Every day you can chant. I think now there is no time to chant. It will take 10-15 minutes. You have time? Late ho gaya already. Huh? Yeah. So would you, please chant one round of this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra every day. It will take only 8 minutes or mostly 10 minutes. And then read at least one verse of Bhagavad Gita. Please take Bhagavad Gita. We carried some books, every day. It will bring you peace in your life. It will bring you peace in your life. Right? Whatever may be the circumstances, you can remain peaceful. Padma Patram Ivambasa. A lotus flower is not touched by water, even though the lotus flower is born in the, right? We can become like that. Krishna says, Brahmani adaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha. Right? Lipyate nasapapena padmapatram ivambasa. Just like a lotus leaf doesn't get wet even though it is in the water. Like that you can remain, untouched by these troubles in this world if you surrender to me. You can remain like that. You can live in this world but remain untouched. For that you have to be trained. You need to get training how to live. So we are here for that only. We conduct a lot of programs, various places and all. And the Goregam East, Bimbisar Nagar, nearby only. right? I conduct every Tuesday Gita lectures. If somebody wants to come, if you yourself want to have some program once in a month or something like that, you can call us. It is free. We don't charge. Huh? So you can have satsang and hear about Krishna and Bhagavad Gita. So bring peace in your life first, and then become deathless. Eternally happy. Right? So for that, I quoted verses. I have not spoken anything out of my mind. Everything I spoke from the scriptures. That's why I quoted the verses. I made you chant those verses. It's very important. That's how Veda knowledge, spiritual knowledge is taught. Not that, I think. Nahi chalta hai. What Krishna thinks, we should say. Okay? Now, anybody has any questions? She has some questions. Yeah. AB बोलिए, आप सबको ABCD आता है? ABCD. A means association with devotees. बोलिए. What is your name? Manisha. A means A for association with devotees. B for books, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. C for chanting. D for diet, prasadam. ABCD. Right? ABCD. So we follow. You can also learn ABCD. Okay? Do you have time for 10 minutes? No, chant one round chanting. Mataji, what do you say? Huh? Acha. We have Janmastami on 7th night. All of you can come. We have a special program for people where you can sponsor a kalash, just like we have Abhishek. Like that. In the temple, we have Janmastami Kalash program. You can sponsor. Then you can come with your family. There is a VIP entry and all that. Then you can take part in the celebrations. Then 12 o'clock in the night, you can see the Abhishek of Maha Abhishek of Radha Krishna deities. Quickly, if anybody wants to sponsor Kalash or something, he can contact him. Shankar Prabhu. So, take mala, distribute mala quickly. Cards are there, books are there. अरे मेरा it will take only 10 minutes. We'll chant one